Rise and grounds, folks. My heat pump guys, you're in for a treat. Here, I believe I made a video last summer on the other side. This customer has, I believe, 3 units, and they're all different mixes and creeds. We replaced a coil and condenser on the other side. They have a 92% propane furnace and a crawl space. You guys see me go down the crawl space and bring an evac coil down there halfway across the house on the other side last year. That unit is working fine. And the other one, I don't know if that's like a den unit, but that isn't like a real high usage unit. But guys, this customer here, this is the main area. They have an air handler and a high efficiency Trane heat pump. And yeah, guys, it's weird. You got propane, but they have an electric air handler downstairs. So this was already here. This unit was put in 2008. So I do know that, and the customer has been there now for like 3 or 4 years. But yeah, it's a 2008 Trane unit. And guys, very interesting. The customer said that a few weeks ago they noticed that warm air was blowing out the vents. And guys, just to give you the recap, what I did was first verified that the airflow in the filter was clean inside, and it was. And guys, I got out here, and guys, self-diagnosing with LED, heat pumps and furnaces with LED fault codes, they're great, but it's always important to know how to troubleshoot without a unit telling you what's wrong. Meaning, get comfortable using your own process of elimination. Make sure you can isolate parts, because guys, right now with this blink, even though this defrost board has supposedly a LED light, nothing corresponds to fault codes on the panel. And even looking up that model and serial number, that blinking, it must mean something, but I really can't use it, because guys, I actually turned the power off, it still blinks, and with power going out here, it still blinks. So at this point, guys, we got to do this the old-fashioned way and isolate the problem and figure out what's going on. First things first, guys, remember this is a heat pump, so we have our usual configuration with the O, Y, G, and the rest of the bad boys. So guys, first things first, I made sure that I had 240. Right now, guys, I have my handle out on the disconnect because I know this isn't a 240 volt related issue. But yeah, guys, I tested power from L1 and L2 and I had 240. However, guys, my contactor wasn't pulled in, and let me show you here. And I don't think maintenance is done on this unit. It might have been the other unit, not the one we put in, but the other zone, the one that they rarely used. But I don't think we ever came out to do maintenance on this unit. I don't have any history of this system. But guys, yeah, my contactor is not pulled in, and right now my thermostat is calling. So guys, what that means, and remember guys, do not get familiar with just wire colors, guys. Know what's hooked up to what. Inside, I do know in my thermostat we have the R wire hooked up for power, and then we have the yellow wire hooked up for cooling. And guys, downstairs at the air handler, it's the same thing. So the reason I know what's going on here, guys, is because I double checked and triple checked my wires inside. So I know that, guys, on the call for cooling, R is supposed to send power to the Y terminal, guys. And this is a heat pump, but guys, with these Trane units, don't quote me on this, but I believe the O terminal is only energized on the call for cooling. It's not energized on the call for heat. I know most of them are only energized on the call for cooling, because if something fails, at least the customer can still have heat. But I don't know, guys, but the thing is, my contactor is not pulled in, so my O terminal is out the equation for right now. The only 2 terminals I'm concerned about is my R to Y. The reason for that, guys, I want to make sure that I know that my thermostat is sending power from R to Y. And I did that, guys, and I had 0 volts between R and Y. That pretty much means that the contacts is closed. That doesn't mean that something's not wrong out here, but guys, what that pretty much means if I have 0 volts between R and Y on the car for cooling, that pretty much eliminates the wire from out here going inside, and that eliminates the thermostat. That tells me, guys, that my thermostat on the wall is calling, and everything from that thermostat to my air handler out here, everything is intact, right? So at this point, guys, how I look at these at low voltage troubleshooting with these thermostat wires, if I know that my thermostat is calling and I know I can confirm 24 volts to this terminal, guys, which is Y, from that point, now I look at this unit separately, and I realize, okay, what inside this unit, inside this heat pump particularly, gets that Y terminal, gets that 24 volts from the Y terminal, and what completes the circuit. Look at this like one big circle. I do know that most heat pumps, without even popping the top, I know this unit has a low pressure switch and a high pressure switch. So what we have to do is I may have to pop the top, and without even hooking up my gauges, I want to look inside and I want to see if the wires on either one of those switches, I want to make sure everything is intact, because guys, there was a bunch of crap that fell out of this unit. So I know insects rule the domain out here. So guys, what I want to do is I want to look at the wires, and guys, you do see this clump of wires. This is what's coming from downstairs, but guys, this is what's going to the unit. So I know this can be worked up a little better here, but these are the wires that's going straight into my unit. And from R to Y, I have 0 volts, and from Y to ground, to make sure that I at least have 24 on my R terminal, which should be constant power, I have 24 volts. So I do know, guys, based on me having 24 volts at the R wire, I know my transformer inside is okay. So once again, everything inside is spot on. I don't have any safeties or anything like that could break Y. If that's the case, guys, I would have had 24 volts between R and Y. But that's not the case, guys, because right now the thermostat is calling, and I do have, indeed, I have 24 from R to ground, and then I have nothing between R and Y. So moving on. Now, what I'm gonna do, guys, is I gotta pop the top. I wanna take a look at both of those switches, and at that point, we'll make a determination of what's going on. Peace out, I'll see you guys in a little bit. And what the hell, guys? I literally looked at this right when I turned off the last segment here, and guys, look at this. What in the hell? That can definitely cause the contactor not to engage. And yeah, guys, that's probably not something I would have seen by popping the top. So guys, this is what I mean by if I have power at my Y terminal for cooling, you want to also identify what controls are in your low voltage circuit for AC. In this case, guys, we got our HPS and our LPS, but guys, make sure you look at all your wires. And guys, this is definitely unacceptable. That is indeed these 2 wires, which probably is going to be our low pressure switches if I had to put money on it, because I know the black wires is the defrost timer or the defrost sensor. And yeah, guys, these 2 wires rubbing together, I'm actually surprised. Look at this. Wow, holy shit. I'm actually surprised that our fuse didn't trip, guys, because right now the fan and the air handler is running like a charm. It's actually running. So yeah, I seen fuses inside trip for next to nothing, and like I said, guys, I seen the worst low voltage shorts not even trip the fuse, and this is one of these scenarios, guys. So what I'm gonna do, holy shit, damn, this shit is, wow. Hey guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop the top and I'm gonna look at that. And guys, another thing I did here, so I don't have to go back inside, was I split my R wires. And what that means, guys, is I took the, not the R wire that's coming from the heat pump, I took the R wire that's coming from my thermostat and I just put a wire nut over it. So right now, guys, this heat pump is dead. I don't have 240, nor do I have 24 volts. And now I can work on this unit safely. And right now I'm sweating. I don't want to get electrocuted, so I don't care if it's 24 or 460. I don't like working on equipment with loud power. I like to turn it off and resume power once I know everything's rocking and rolling. So yeah, guys, this is definitely not good here. I don't know to the extent how far these wires are chewed up like this. Hope it's not any live rodents in this unit. But yeah, guys, since I see this, I want to pop the top and I want to see what's up. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I just came from the truck. And hold on, let me show you. So I was wrong. I thought these two yellow wires went to my low pressure switch, but this might be actually the defrost sensor. Yep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yank those wires back and I'm just gonna extend it. I'm gonna cut back as much as I can and I'll run new wires. And guys, you can call me a wire hoarder, but guys, every single blower motor and condenser, fan motor, unless the wires are burnt that we replace, we cut and we store every wire. And guys, maybe you know where to get wires from, brand new, but like I said, guys, anytime, well, thermostat wires are different, but anytime I had motor wires, compressor wires are different too. You can get the term lock kit, but anytime I have 120 volt wires or anything similar to that, guys, that I have to extend because something's been chewed up or burnt, it's a great luxury to have just a box of regular wires that you can just use. And yeah, guys, it works for me. If it's not for you, then you can do you, my friend. But yeah, I keep a box of these in every single van, just regular motor wires. And like I said, this can work wonders for you if you're in a jam like what I am in right now. So yeah, guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the wires back. I'm gonna splice them, 2 wire nuts. And yeah, guys, I don't think the hole is big enough for us to insulate the wire. I just think what might have happened is just over time, and of course with insects as well. Insects, you can tell, I can say it like this, guys, when insects only speeds up the breakdowns, and of course with wires too. So like I said, when this unit was running, it wasn't shaking or anything like that. I just think something probably chewed on those wires, but for how long, I have no idea. But yeah, guys, let's replace these wires and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I took another panel off here, and as you can see, this is our 4-way valve or reversing valve, however you want to call it. But yeah, guys, this you see here in my hand goes right on back on the other side. But yeah, guys, look at this. This is what originally caused the contactor not to engage. I think this is touching a piece of metal, but guys, what baffles me is that anything on your low voltage side pertaining to AC, whether it be thermostat wires or any of your low voltage controls, this should have actually caused the contactor to short out or opening up your fuse inside, whichever one happened first. But yeah, guys, I'm actually surprised that the wires are stripped this bad and actually touching the casing and nothing happened. But guys, I took this panel off because I've seen even more strips. It doesn't stop until it get to like probably this point. So if I never would have took this panel off and I just would have replaced the front end of the wire, this probably would have resulted in a service recall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it from here, extend it. I can insulate this part here since I have space, but once I terminate through the front door here, I can't put insulation around the wire. So yeah, guys, as far as what caused this, I don't know, wear and tear, insects, maybe a combination of both. But yeah, I got my 2 wires. I'm gonna cut, splice it, and get some insulation. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Hey guys, I got my new wires connected, wire nutted from there, and I had to use the old connector where it goes onto the board. So it's another connection here. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to put some insulation, and we stock 3/4 insulation on the truck. I wanted to put insulation around the wires like that. I'll give it a shot, but I'm not sure if it's going to fit. But yeah, let's give it a shot. I'm gonna try to put some insulation around the wires, and I'm gonna put some electrical tape over those wire nuts, and I'm gonna see if it fits. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I think I'll be foreshadowing my own demise sometimes. I told you how I disconnected the R wire. I don't like working on live power. Guys, I literally tried to take one of the legs off the bottom right side of this contactor. I forgot. I got a disconnect common too. Because guys, with heat pumps, it's always a constant 24 volts from R to C, similar to inside. But the only thing I did was I disconnected R, thinking that's all I needed to do. And guys, right now it's hot as shit out here, and of course I'm sweating. So guys, I forgot that, like I said, you got to disconnect R and C. So red and blue is wire nutted, not just red. So it's nothing like a little bit of electricity to keep you humble, right? But guys, here's what we got. I got the door back on, I got the insulation and the new wire in. I just got to put the cover over that. But before I put the cover over it, I'm just showing you guys how this old contactor looked. And yeah, guys, that is definitely not good. And I'm still actually surprised that, like I said, this thing didn't trip the breaker. So I got the new one in. I just got to put the 2 wires on top, fasten this to the cabinet, and I'm gonna put the top on this and I'm gonna let it rip. I gotta put the R and C from the unit back on the wires coming from inside. So yeah, guys, let me put this together and I'll see you in a little bit. Peace. All right, guys, my heat pump turned on, and I didn't have to put my gauges on. I'm checking my TV. It's about 90 outside right now. So what I did was I just came down here and I just did a little maintenance here, flush the drains, and also instead of using those 30-day filters, they had a 3-month in here, but that 3-month was pretty dirty. I just got a new one off the truck, and make sure you guys are dating those filters. Just put a new one in there. And guys, air handlers have weird filter sizes. I tell customers like this: if you can get a majority of the space covered, that beats nothing. And guys, I hate putting in bigger filters than what the unit calls for. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but folding these filters, it becomes a pain, and sometimes they can get stuck in the unit. So like I said, guys, it might be like a 21 or a 22, but we can live with that. So let's go outside and let's check out the beauty, shall we? I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys. Everything's rocking and rolling. Customer's happy. They finally got AC. And guys, the unit that we put in, like, this house is kind of weird. There's like 2 technically addition units, and there's 1 main unit. This is the main unit. But luckily, like I said, this customer had 2 other units, but like I said, those 2 other units, they didn't really do much of the house. So this customer was basically constrained to part of the house for the past couple of days. But I'm glad she gave us a call, and we were able to get this customer rocking and rolling here. So there you guys have it. And once again, I definitely appreciate the 1,000 subscribers. You guys know how I roll. I just take it day by day, and we all learn as we go along. Appreciate it. But guys, I got to rock out. I got another call to get to. Peace out. I'll see you guys on the next one.